Howdy do, people. It's been a while, almost 2 months since I made a video. The last one I made was early in the summer, and now this one is at the end of summer. There are a lot of reasons for that. One is that the four people whom I regularly engage with on my YouTube comment sections, I've been interacting with across other social media platforms. Another is that I haven't thought of really any interesting topics for videos beyond the whole jibber jabber stuff that you might see in a regular vlog. Though I do have one potential idea in mind for a video list, one that you might want to keep an eye out for. I don't know if it's going to come into fruition or not, but it is one idea I have. So, in the time since my absence from YouTube, some stuff has happened in the world. I've had more art projects to keep me busy and even to help boost my finances a bit, including a couple of self-published children's books with family members and close friends of the family. I'm still on search for a regular day job that I'm better suited for than my current job, and in the meantime, I'm still been having therapy sessions. So I would say overall that 2024 has evened out to be a decent year for me overall. And though for my family, some things have continued to be kind of shaky. So outside of my personal life, with whatever else has been going on that I've had time and energy to keep up with in the news, there's of course then been the presidential run with Kamala Harris stepping up as one of the candidates, uh, and stepping up as candidate for president, and I think that she's easily the most qualified. Low bar as that might be. I never expect any candidate to be perfect or without controversy for that matter, but she's still one who I am willing to see what she has to prove. In other news, what else has been going on is I saw The Lion King on the big screen for the first time in my life, in celebration of the movie's 30th anniversary, of course. And I've mentioned in my last video that I might talk about Inside Out 2. It's the biggest release of the summer, and it looks like it's coming close to outgrossing the Lion King remake. While I've initially thought about giving my own thoughts on Inside Out 2, I regret to say that I think everybody else has already talked about it so extensively that I don't think there's much I could add. Although I will say that I am glad to have seen it twice in the theater, and hopefully might even go see it again, depending on if it's still in the theater by the time my next day off from work comes. I think that the movie did manage to reach the levels of greatness on par with, or at least pretty close to, what I have considered to be my favorite Pixar movie for a long time. The use of psychological studies to tell a story that resonates with people, with a message that is much needed for today's generation as the first movie's was, and the character of anxiety being an antagonist but not really a villain, which is true to what anxiety really is like for us. Uh, there, there's the depiction of what it's like to have a nervous breakdown, which really resonated with me personally. The message of how you get to decide who you are as a person, not your emotions. Uh, to even clever touches like how disgust can pick up on little micro expressions on other people's faces to determine what they must be thinking. To even clever see There's the clever scene of a worst case scenario dream department being illustrated like a micromanaged animation factory, something I'm sure was very cathartic for the animation team behind the movie to illustrate. To even the characters of Bloofy and Pouchy, whom, given it's an adorable pink cartoon character with a magical transportation sack, I can't help but wonder if that character was Riley's primary, maybe even unconscious inspiration for Bing Bong in the first movie. I know that many people would prefer that Inside Out 2 take home the title of highest grossing animated movie over Lion King 2019, since yes, people still do classify Lion King 2019 as being animated, including myself. But for me, I know that the most successful is always a temporary title. Most successful at the box office, anyways, is always just a temporary title that's just another chapter in the history books. But Inside Out 2 is a title that I have no complaints whatsoever about achieving that milestone. With the first movie, when it first came out, I was hoping that it might get a Best Picture nomination and possibly be even the first animated feature to win Best Picture. This was before I officially stopped caring about the Oscars and award ceremonies altogether. But I guess if my 21-year-old self could see into the future, then maybe seeing its sequel take home the title of Breaking Record at the Box Office may have been the next best thing. Despite me at the time being initially resistant to the idea of an Inside Out sequel. That, scratch that, I said it was my 21-year-old self. I was 22 at the time Inside Out 2 was released. In the first Inside Out, I mean. But in the grand scheme of things, and whether a sequel is needed or not, we got the sequel anyways, and I'm happy with it, and I don't care anymore about what awards it wins or how much money it makes, because, of course, those things should not be what determines the worth of a movie. As for Pixar's success in general, how this would just lead to, uh, how this leads to the announcement of more sequels and potentially fewer original ideas, I really got nothing to say there that I haven't said before. I know that for the upcoming Moana 2, as well as the announcements for Zootopia 2, Toy Story 5, and Frozen and Incredibles 3, there's still Elio and Hoppers that are coming out, as well as the and I know that the abundance of Pixar sequels and Disney sequels, of course, is just another trend, as well it's always been. It's just a trend that may or may not stick. Uh, because it's really nothing new. It's just another chapter and seeing where the company evolves from here. And for right now, I've still decided that I'm still happy to put at least what I feel is a healthy amount of distance between myself and the current and Disney, given its current state. Uh, not to mention that there's a not to mention that the drama in the news about how Disney lawyers tried hiding behind the guise of you buy Disney Plus, you forfeit the right to sue us even if your family member dies from a food-related allergy, hasn't made me exactly regret no longer being subscribed to Disney Plus. But with all that said, I've I've had things in my life to be grateful for this year, and if I can at least acknowledge that, then I'd say I'm in a good state of mind. So until the next time I make a video, whenever that might be, I hope you all are taking care of yourselves, and until next time.